Linda Barcz from the Bruce Company is taking your plant and garden questions. The number to call 608-270-9933. Good afternoon, Linda.
Good afternoon, Mark.
How are you?
Love the sunshine.
Yeah, me too. Let's get to the phones. We'll start with Shannon from Evansville. Hi, Shannon.
Hi there.
What's your question?
Well, I have a poinsettia from last year that I planted outside. It did absolutely fantastic, even with the drought. But I'm wondering what to do with it now. I brought it inside, and some of the bottom leaves are dropping off. I would like to save it. I don't know if it's worth the while or not.
Well, in my opinion, it is not. Well, and actually, Mark feels just buy a new one, too. You're going to have a lot of leaf drop that's going to occur with that. That's a tropical plant. So, I mean, if you don't mind a mess, it probably will survive. You'll cut it back and could actually plant it outside next year. But for it to color up, you're not going to be able to go through the regime that florists go through. It's too difficult.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thanks for calling. Let's go to Alexandria now from Madison. Hi, what's your question?
Hello. Yes, I brought a beautiful pink geranium in the house because I would love to keep it. And I was wondering if I could treat it as I do my regular plants, or are there special instructions for me to save this beautiful plant? And thank you.
Yes, geraniums will tolerate coming inside. They'll get extremely leggy. If you have a sunroom, then most likely it's going to come through, but it still is not going to be, it's going to go through a real shock of lower light inside the house. You can supply an additional light with a grow light, or like I said, a sunroom. But if you are growing it somewhere else, some people just let their geraniums die, not basically just go dormant, and then repot them up in, usually March, April, and then, April, and then they'll get it growing inside and then move it out. But
okay. So to let it go dormant, do I have to cover it and put it in the basement or something, and just as is, or?
Well, I've heard of people putting it in paper bags and hanging it from the ceiling in their basement that's not heated.
Okay.
You want a cooler environment.
Okay. So I would take it out of the pot then?
I think that's probably wise, because you're basically letting that plant go dormant, and then you won't be continuing to water it when it's dormant downstairs.
All right, let's go to Tom in Albany. Hi, Tom. What's your question?
Yes, I have some young maple trees, like 12 or 14 feet high, and I was wondering if it's safe to prune off a couple of the lower branches in the fall, or do you have to do it in the spring, or when should you do it?
Linda? I think we lost Linda. Are you there, Linda?
Partial pruning is fine to do it at this time of the year.
Okay, your cell phone's breaking up, Linda.
Okay. He can prune it at this time of the year. If he does it in the spring, they're going to exude a lot of sap, because it's just like maples that people make maple syrup from. That sap flows out because everything from the roots are moving up.
Okay, we have Judy from Rock Springs. Quickly, what's your question?
Hi, I planted my garlic, and now I want to know when it's safe to mulch it.
We are getting close to that time period. I would wait until the ground actually is starting to freeze, probably a little closer to Thanksgiving, and then mulch it over. Because you don't want a real hard freeze. But this has been a very slow year to move into our typical fall season.
Yeah, it's a late freeze, but I think the planting season the growing season is over, I think.
Yeah, the plants are still being put in the ground as long as people mulch them over, because then that will keep the roots protected from our real severe cold weather.
All right. We are out of time. Thank you all for calling in. Linda, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, we'll see you later. Here's Chris with one final check of the forecast.
All right, enjoy the sunshine that we're going to have as we go through this week, folks. We'll see periods of cloud cover at times, but for the most part, our weather is going to be dry, and for the most part, you are going to see a lot of blue as you look up at the sky as well. 45 today, 43 tomorrow, 41 on Wednesday. Then we go the other direction, and we'll start to warm things right back up.
All right. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Chris, for hanging in there with us. We'll see you back here at 4. Have a great afternoon.